What's going on, everyone? Healy here, and today I'm going to go over the feature premiere that happened on the San Diego studio channel earlier. It was about 40 minutes long. There's going to be 6 of them before the release of MLB The Show 21. So if you guys do want news on all the feature premieres and can't make them, I'll have all the recaps here on this YouTube channel. If you want to watch them live, though, you can follow them on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. And the live streams are every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern times. It will remain consistent every Thursday until the launch. Kyle Saul and Ramon Russell were the 2 guys that went over some of the gameplay stuff in the feature premiere. First thing they started off with, check swings, no longer an attribute-based thing. Discipline used to be what check swings were based off of, and they were very broken because of that. You would have great players in your lineup halfway through the year, and everyone would have like 125 discipline. This year, check swings are going to be the same for every single batter. Like, people can't control how much their bat goes through the zone like every single time. There's no stat to determine that. So check swings online, going to be a whole different breed. They talked about it in the feature premiere, so basically you could talk about it for like the tech test. They had the updates for that in the tech test, and man, such a difference. The people that get bailed out by it in MLB 20, they're gonna have to learn how to read pitches. One of the big things that is new to MLB The Show 21 is PAR, perfect accuracy region. So as you guys know, in MLB 2019, before that, you could be very good with your input on pitching, and the pitch would just go into a random location and cost you. MLB 20, you see that a lot. You get the perfect input, and what do you know? The pitch is just right down the middle. This year, though, they added a perfect accuracy region so that if you do get very good input, the pitch has to be in that zone. The lower tier that the pitch is to the pitcher, the bigger that region's going to be. As you guys know, X or A on Xbox is going to be your best pitch, your most accurate one. So that will be the smallest circle. And then RB or R1 is going to be the least accurate, least controllable one. You're going to get the biggest location. You're going to get the biggest region there. So repertoire going to be very big this year, especially because you're going to want certain pitches higher up on those tiers. You can't just have them fall down to triangle or square anymore like you could with some of the sinker ball pitchers. That wasn't really addressed in the live stream today, but PAR on the screen right now, you're going to see how it affects different inputs. So it's only going to be for meter, analog, and pinpoint pitching. Analog's actually going to be the worst one. So I know a lot of people used analog. It still might have been like that in previous games where analog had a bigger region to throw the ball. I don't know why, because analog's kind of tough. But analog has the biggest region and pinpoint has the smallest. You are going to want to use pinpoint pitching this year. Looks difficult, also looks confusing, but trust me, after using it for a bit, pinpoint is going to 100% be the move. If you want to use meter, go ahead and use meter. You're comfortable with that. But if you have to use an analog style, pinpoint is going to be the move. They did show off some gameplay of pinpoint pitching actually being used. So you do the motion and you keep it up at the top until the pitcher's ready to throw. And then once he's ready to throw, you bring the analog right from the top right to the bottom circle. You got to time it up. And it bases it off of how you draw it and how fast you draw it. It takes into account the timing of the release. So if you're early or late, and then how far off from the circle at the bottom you are. A couple inputs to take into account, but I feel like it's a little lenient when you mess up. So you saw a couple of the pictures there. This graphic is going to show exactly how you throw every single pitch. It'll be a little more understandable now with how you've seen the gameplay and how it works with that. Splitters and forkballs and stuff, they don't even have the forkball on here, but they do have the knuckleball graphic on there. It's going to be tough to throw some of these pitches, especially out of the stretch. Hopefully they tune some of that and throwing out of the stretch is a little bit easier because, man, some of these drawings are way too long for that. Custom Practice got an overhaul. Basically this year you choose the 2 teams like always. Diamond Dynasty not really in here, so you got to choose the 2 live series teams. If you want to edit the rosters, you can do that. Some people might have up rosters, but anyways, you go into the custom practice mode, choose the pitcher you want, choose the batter you want. You don't have to see them run around the bases this year, which is cool. But something that's good about hitting practice, one, you get to choose what pitches you want to see. So last year I would use custom practice to get my timing down. And I would hate if they threw like curveballs and stuff, because I'm just trying to get the fastball accurate, or like timing. You could set it for them to only throw fastballs. Another big thing that you could have the pitcher do is what location in the zone you want them to throw it. That's another big thing. Last year in custom practice, I would get a lot of balls thrown. So I would set it to 3-0 so that they would try to throw it in the zone more, but they still would throw it outside. This year, you can force them to throw it in the zone. You struggle with high and in fastballs, you can select a fastball, you select inside the high and inside location, and boom, every single pitch is going to be in that spot. So much better this year. You get to work on some of your weaknesses. You want to hit outside pitches. Outside pitches are a struggle for a lot of people. That's one of my strategies I use in pitching. So if you struggle with outside pitches, you can get pitches thrown only outside. And with that, you can get the timing down to hit it like the other way. And then finally, SDS decided to tease everyone. Everyone in the chat thought that Derek Jeter was going to be revealed for MLB The Show 21. Started off with the Yankees. Started off by showing a number 2. And then guess what? It's DJ LeMahieu at shortstop. What? They decided to throw it to second base. And who is there? Alfonso Soriano in a Yankees uniform. My favorite player of all time. I'm wearing his jersey right now. Oh man, I was so hyped. Alfonso Soriano in the game. One of the best additions you could have based off what he's done in his career. He's a second baseman, which is good. He could play the outfield if you need him to. He had a 40-40 season. He almost had 2 40-40 seasons. So you're going to get the speed with him. You're going to get the power with him. He had a pretty good average. You're going to get the contact. He's just going to be a 5-tool player. Unbelievable addition. I've been asking for him for over 3 years now to be in the game. And they finally acknowledged that and added him to the game. First reveal of MLB The Show 21, and there's still over 30 to go. Wow, they are starting off big with that, but that's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you click that thumbs up. Best way to show support. Hit that subscription button if you're new and enjoy the content. This is Healy, and I'm out. Peace.